This is Tidbit Tuesday, your tidbit of a midweek break, where we tackle only a topic or two. You can find us on Twitter at The Weekly Whatever. Look for the yellow W's. We are very active and would love to get you involved. Our personal social medias are in the description and at the end of the podcasts. I am one of your hosts, Aaron, and with me as always is Rhino.
Oh, hello.
Kyle.
How's it going?
And Chilson.
Hi.
This is a very special episode of Tidbit Tuesday. It's our first versus. We will be playing a bit of a game on the topic of aliens. But before we get into the game and its rules, I thought we'd just kind of talk a little bit about aliens. Do you believe in them? Do you have any stories of your own?
Oh, hell yeah.
Rhino, what about you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Aliens are real.
That's it. They had a story or something.
That's
How
all I
do you
need to
know?
say.
Is that what?
That's
That's it.
All right,
That's
Chilson.
it. Fuck you. Okay. Now I just feel bad even agreeing with him because I was so shitty.
Wow. Why are you such a terrible
But
person?
you think aliens are real?
I do. Yes, I wholeheartedly big bad.
Have you had an extraterrestrial experience?
No, never had anything like that. It's just I almost think it's arrogant to think that we're the only ones out here, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't you think that kind of
sure.
contradicts the dogma of the church? You're religious, right?
Got him. Your response.
Fucking relax. I just think that they're real, you know? I think that there's no way that it couldn't be life. And I mean, not even necessarily intelligent life, just thing out there, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's aliens in a traditional sense conjured up in our own minds. Do you know what I mean? But there's
Yeah,
like some
the little
shit out
gray
there.
guys.
Yeah,
huge
there's nobody
green
out there,
aliens
traveling at
chilling.
light speed or something. I mean, maybe,
Yeah.
but I highly doubt it.
Highly doubt it.
Yeah, I kind of land in the boat of statistically, it seems improbable that we're the only developed life. The Milky Way, which is it's a average to larger sized galaxy, houses billions of stars, and it is part of a supercluster that alone is billions of galaxies. So we're talking trillions of bodies, and each of those bodies might have planets.
Yep.
And if those planets are within what we deem acceptable for life, then perhaps it'll develop what we consider life. And that's not even going on to how else life could develop.
Yeah.
Whether there's
And I mean,
Go
the
ahead.
universe is ever expanding as well, so it's continuously getting bigger and bigger, and more planets and stars are forming. So it's there has to be it just has to.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, it'd be foolish for us to think that we are actually life in the world, in the universe.
Yeah.
So we all believers of aliens here, huh?
But
I
all of us
actually-
also believe in God.
I actually watched a podcast a couple
You're
days
such
ago
a prick.
about how there was this scientist where he found this bacteria that was living in 400
Antarctica,
feet.
right?
No, it was, so think of the bottom of the ocean. It was 400 feet into
I
the
don't like it.
mud.
Oh wow.
But what they found is they found these organisms that were able to live, but they didn't live with any sunlight, and they weren't getting any food as far as we know. So it's pretty much what they were saying is life as far as we know isn't exactly what's out there. There's other options out there for life to be. So
They call them extremophobes. It's things that survive in extreme conditions, extreme heat,
Exactly.
extreme cold, extreme deprivation of light.
yeah, so I think it's almost selfish to think that we are actually the only creatures. Like, Earth is the only life planet. Like, there's no way that there's not other stuff out there.
Yeah. Do any of you have any alien experiences? I don't.
I think that's a no.
There's this one guy I play with him occasionally on the music scene, and he will tell you all about his abduction story.
This has to be from the country band, right?
No, this is a jazz musician.
What?
Yeah. And he swears it has nothing to do with the hallucinogens he was on.
Oh, okay.
He knows he was on shrooms, but he knows he was actually abducted, like for real. Yeah.
It's like in GTA 5 when you have that.
Yes,
trip,
you take the shot.
Fucking abducted.
Get probed.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the Arizona the Phoenix Lights?
No.
Is that like the 5 lights or whatever that were like?
Yeah,
I know
so
what you're talking
it
about.
was. I want to say it was the early '90s.
Probably one of
But-
Aaron's stories.
All over,
No.
all over, like over the city of Phoenix, there was this thing in the sky observed. It blacked out the stars, and then it was estimated to be anywhere from 1 to 2 miles long, and then there was green and red lights on the corners. It was almost like a triangle shape, and it was recorded there for an hour. There's photos of it, which, I mean, photos can be photoshopped, so take that with a grain of salt. But there's like 2,000 reports over the span of an hour of people being like,
Really?
what is in the sky? And so that's a little weird. And then I don't know if it's an alien story, but I was actually driving home 2 weeks ago, and it was the weirdest thing ever. And I am almost 100% sure it was a drone. But have you guys ever seen a drone just hover in the exact same spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I see drones, they're moving a little bit. Like, it hovers. Like, there's a little bit of variation when it's moving. But as I was driving home, I watched this, I'm going to call it a drone, in the sky. It was like 200 feet in the sky. And I was like, that's weird, because there's not usually light in this field. So, like, there was like green and red lights on the drone. It was probably 5 feet big. It was huge, but I was like, that's weird. So I don't think it was an alien. I'm almost 100% sure it was a drone. But at the same time, I don't know why you'd
Who knows?
flying a drone at 11:30 at night over a
Probably-
farm field.
Probably creeping over
Yeah.
his fucking
Neighbors.
yeah.
Using
So-
that as a segue, we're gonna go into this game. Who wants to be an Alienare?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
So how this game works is I will be presenting you with 5 stories, one at a time. I will read them aloud, and then together you will determine their validity, whether it is fake or true. Now you will discuss with yourselves attributes that seem fishy or not, but your votes will be independent, and to the victor goes a spoil.
Oh hell yeah. What do we win?
Oh.
That's the
An alien
secret. That's the
keychain?
secret prize. I can't tell you.
Fuck yeah.
I have to win.
I want to fly circle.
All right. So cue intense music. Thank you, Aaron.
Fucking self-praise.
We'll get into the first one. All right. Are the contestants ready?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, we're ready.
I was born ready.
Born ready.
Who wants to be an Alienare? It was 3
I do.
a.m. It was 3 a.m. when John Martin of Snow Village, Colorado, was awakened by a sound unlike anything he had heard. A whirring sound shook his whole house as he was lifted from his bed and laterally floated out of his window. He lost consciousness, and when he woke, He was inside a silver room surrounded by tall green humanoid aliens. These aliens were sucking on tubes placed in his arms intravenously, stopping on occasion to speak a strange language. He then slipped back into unconsciousness and woke up in his bed the next morning. Incredibly, when he saw the date on the news, 3 days had passed.
Whoa, shit.
Is that true
Huh.
or fake?
Oh, fuck. All right. So, first thing I want to ask you, Chilson, Snow Village, Colorado, is that a real place or is this
Don't Google it.
fucking made
I
up?
have no idea. I don't
Is
know.
that a real place? No?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You guys live in America!
Does that mean we know every single city here?
Yes, it does!
Idiot!
Oh.
So I can Google a random Australian city.
I'll fucking know what it is, guaranteed, bitch.
Okay. Alright, we'll test that out sometime. But no, I have no idea.
Snow Village, doesn't sound like a real fucking place to me. Village? Anyone else hearing that? I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't, but... I mean,
So, knowing
that's gotta be worth
Colorado has a lot of mountains, and so it could be like a part, almost
Yeah,
like a
true.
part.
Yeah.
Alright, true. Okay.
So, just going off that,
what
Aaron,
about the rest
can
of the
you
story? What do you guys reckon?
can you repeat the part about when he woke up on the news? Well,
Yes, let's see. When he woke up in his bed the next morning, incredibly, when he saw the date on the news, 3 days had passed.
okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say this one's true. This guy went on like a fucking drug bender, and he passed out for 3 days, and he imagined all the shit. I reckon this is a truey though.
Okay.
What do you guys think about the rest? This seems story like it's very similar to I don't know.
So we had a guy who was. This sounds a lot like the movie The Fifth Element. I know there's this scene in the movie the guy's covered up out of his bed and then kind of almost transported to a spaceship. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to say that story is false.
Dang it.
So we coming to conclusions already? The discussion ended. Are we looking at our votes?
Well, isn't that what you were doing when you said you thought it was true?
I was. Oh fuck! Yeah, I guess I was.
I mean, no, you can change. I'm sure you could change it.
But you have to, when you lock in your final vote, that's it. But yeah, you're welcome to change it.
I'm locking in.
Chilson says false.
I'm locking in true. I'm locking in.
Rhino says true.
Oh.
Wait, so three are true and 2 are false, right, Aaron?
No, there's an undetermined number of true and false.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. See, so they can all be fake. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh fuck it. I'm locking in true. I'm locking it in.
He's locking in true. No take backsies. All right, Oreo, you're the last one. 1 for truth, 1 for false.
Oh.
What does your heart
I'll
say?
go false.
And he's going false.
I think. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh god.
This story is false.
Hey!
I got baited. What the fuck?
But Snow Village is a real place.
Oh.
Very
Shit.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Alright.
No! I'm fucking losing, man. I'm fucking salty about it.
That's the first question, man. You could come back.
Yeah.
Come back.
Shut the fuck up, too. I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch.
Okay, yo. Alright, yeah. Last time I encouraged you, bitch ass.
All right.
Alright.
We move on
Ready.
to our second story.
This is fucking hard.
Congressional candidate Bettina Rodriguez Aguilera claims She has been to infinity and beyond. The Miami Herald reports that YouTube videos have surfaced in which the former Doral City Council member says she was visited by aliens when she was 7 years old. Her extraterrestrial friends have also slipped a few telepathic messages since that meeting. According to the story, the visit was a low-key event. Just tea time with 3 blonde, big-bodied beings who showed her around the ship and shared some timeless knowledge. They told her the world's energy center is in Africa, God is a universal energy, and that you can find 30,000 inhuman skulls in a cave in Malta. Is this true or false?
I almost don't want to discuss it because I don't want them to. I don't want to give them an upper hand.
I'm just gonna guess whatever Rhino guesses so they can't beat me.
No! No! I'm locking in last from now on, so you can fucking die, Chilson.
Wait, okay, so Aaron,
I wouldn't
to go
do that.
over what the aliens told her was God was an energy mass.
Yeah, it was a universal energy.
Yeah, there was 30,000 skulls, and Africa was the center? Or
The
what?
energy center. That the world's energy center is in Africa. The congressional candidate was told this when she was 7 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck. This is
It's
way
hard
harder than the
I
first
know
one.
I can Google it. I know I can Google
It's so,
it.
it's,
I
hard,
don't want
it's so
to.
tempting to, like...
Why are you
it's so
cheating,
tempting.
Kyle?
No,
Why are you fucking
I'm not. I'm not.
Did you guys cheat in the first answer?
No.
No.
Yes, you did. You fucking did. Aaron, I demand we have equal standing from now on.
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
They use Google. Guaranteed.
Pussy. Fuck you.
Pussy. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
When she was 7 years old?
Oh, goddamn.
I have my answer, but I'm not giving it.
Oh, he's such a puss.
Once you
Alright,
fuckers lock in, then I'll lock in.
I'm locking in false.
Chilson is voting false.
Ah!
You can't
That's
change
the
it now,
right
bitch. You
decision.
locked it in. You locked it in. bitch.
Christ.
The issue that I have, because the story sounds legit, but I know when people are like making stuff up, they put a lot of detail in it, and Aaron put a bunch of details in that story.
Mm.
Could be.
Because like for a 7-year-old kid, that's a lot to remember.
True.
I mean, that's a lot of heavy stuff to remember at 7. Like trying to think back when I was 7.
Yeah, at the same time, it is like worded quite well. It's like a news article or something.
Yeah, but Aaron puts together your freaking D&D quests, so
Yeah, I know. It's
yeah.
never know, man.
Dang, Aaron. Gosh, I don't know. Who do I think?
Rhino, what's your answer,
No, I'm waiting for Kyle.
I'm gonna say true.
And
Final
he's
answer.
going true.
Oh God,
Rhino?
I don't like this.
I am also locking in true, because it's a true fucking story. Let's go.
Oh! All right. This story is true.
Yes! Let's go! Yes! Fucking God.
No!
I thought-
Find that story. That's awesome.
So
I want to read more about it.
So, to be fair, I actually did write that, but the story is true.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Hell yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
thought-
she is running for Congress.
Hell yeah.
I thought like my gut said to say true, but it's just like it was like your little Snickers as you were like reading it. I thought you were snickering
Laughing at my own
being like-
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like laughing, just like this sounds so good. They're gonna like say it's true. Fuck.
Yes.
So Oreo has taken an early lead with 2 correct. Chilson and
Chilson.
Rhino are even.
We gotta play it smart, Chilson. We gotta let Carl vote first.
Yeah, I agree.
Too much time to deliberate last answer.
All right.
I agree.
On to question number 3. Give me a second. I almost threw up.
Okay.
I can't burp right. Whenever I try and burp, like, if I burp more than 3 times, guaranteed I'm gonna throw up a little bit, man.
True. I'm gonna lock in it.
What?
It's true.
All right. On August 19th, 1970, 6 kids playing in a heavily forested area. They later claimed they saw UFO, excuse me, less than a meter across, from which 5 very humanoid aliens filed out. The main visible difference between them and a human being that they were only 8 centimeters, 3 inches tall. 4 wore blue outfits, while 1 was in a yellow outfit with a spiked helmet, who the children interpreted to be the leader. They went to a tree and were attempting to install some sort of transmitter device. In it, when one of the kids, the kid identified as Kyle Wigner Warrens, attempted one of the few alleged civilian abductions of an alien. Unfortunate for him, his attempt to capture an alien turned out for the worst. All of them possessed ray guns and began shooting him and his schoolmates, driving them away and inflicting a significant wound on Wigner Warren's thigh. Is this true or false?
Kyle Wigner Warrens? Isn't that Kyle's fucking name?
It's pretty close. That's the thing.
Close, alright? What the fuck?
It's pretty dang close.
It's really close. That's why. Oh, you crafty bitch.
Yeah, he's a fuck up. He's a fuck up.
It's like, did he like purposely put that in so like
to try and trick us,
think
right?
that it's false, or like
this fucker, man.
because it would almost seem too obvious to be false.
Yeah,
Wait,
like,
so what were the aliens
doing?
doing in the tree, Aaron?
They were installing some sort of transmitter device when one of the kids, Kyle Wigner Warren, attempted to abduct the alien.
Where was this at again?
See, I had like my answer. I felt like I had my. Now that's just like fucked up my brain. Now I don't know.
So
Did you say the location of this?
There is no set location. There is a date, but it is simply
The 70s.
Yeah, but it's simply described as a heavily forested area.
Yeah.
God damn, fuck. Alright, Kyle. What do you say, bro?
What are you saying, dude?
False.
No.
False.
Final answer.
He's going with false.
Shit. True. I'm going true. Final answer.
Oh, he's going
I'm
true.
going true.
Oh shit.
All right, Rhino.
Okay. I'm gonna lock in false. I'm locking in false.
Ooh, he's locking in false. Final answer. Chilson says it's true. Oreo and Rhino say it's false.
Oh, I hate waiting for the answer.
This is true.
Yes! Yes! Really?
Oh yeah!
Oh,
yeah!
Wait, Aaron, is that name legit?
Yep.
Oh, he's it on purpose. He thought that he reversed
No! Wait,
Oh
can
my
you tell
God.
me the name?
Kyle Wigner Warren.
Oh my god.
Widner.
No fucking way, dude. Wow.
Holy shit.
Kyle, how do you spell Widner?
W.
Wigner?
Yeah.
W-I... GNER?
Yeah, and then Warren.
WARREN.
I don't know,
Yep.
Google. Stop cheating, Kyle. Why you Google? Cheat, dude.
It totally is, isn't it?
Google it. Fucking cheat.
Yeah, are you cheating?
I'm trying to look him up.
Kyle, wait!
that's
Just
cheating.
fucking wait!
That's cheating.
No,
Wait till the
okay,
end of the podcast.
okay.
Alright, what? This is the fourth one next.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Wait, are we up to 4 already?
yeah.
It run out of time, Rhino.
Can I even win?
Yeah,
If me and Kyle
know.
lose,
Oh,
I can win.
fucking hell. Oh, no.
So yeah, as it sits,
Me and Kyle both have 2.
yep, and Rhino, you have 1 point.
No.
So you can still win it.
No. This next one is a big one for you.
Oh yeah,
Rhino.
it's a big one. Number 4.
You need to get this one, Rhino, or you can't win.
Oh, fuck.
The Western Hemisphere naturally has no monopoly on stories of alien encounters. In fact, probably the most frightening one comes from Russia right around the time the Berlin Wall fell. In the Voronezh City Park on September 27th, 1989, some kids were playing soccer when a red disc landed. Out came a three-eyed creature, standing 2.7 meters, 9 feet, tall, and holding a ray gun-like device, which it used, disintegrating a boy. Identified by at least one source as Dmitri. After the alien took off again, the boy reappeared. While all the witnesses of the event were children, they are now adults who claim that the UFO sighting was in fact real. Several there, including a police officer, also reported on the event to the New York Times. It's also worth note that the park was going through a period of UFO hysteria at the time. Is this story true
Oh man.
or false?
Oh, gotta be sweating, Rhino, huh? Gotta be sweating bullets.
Rhino, what's your initial?
I'm not discussing this with anybody. No,
He
I'm
wants
not
it
revealing-
so bad.
I
I'm not
know.
doing anything. No,
Oh
I'm
man.
not collaborating with you fucks. No way.
Oh,
Wow. Oh man.
Kyle, what are you thinking?
Fuck. It's one of those like really like pretty dang detailed ones. Which
Yeah.
makes me think it's true, but Aaron's such a crafty motherfucker.
No, I know
I
that's the
just-
thing.
I don't know. What are you thinking, Kyle?
Sounds like something that would happen in Russia. That's all I'm saying. Like I know Russia just because of the size of Russia. Russia has a lot of alien sightings because they have a lot of debris falling back into their atmosphere and in Russia.
Oh fuck.
But the thing is, there's an alien. And Dmitri, like our little boy Dmitri. Dang. I don't know.
Why doesn't anyone ask what I think about these stories?
You
Shut the fuck up.
Aaron, what do you think about the story?
Rhino's probably got like a private WhatsApp going on with Aaron, like begging for the answer. Just like, please.
No such collusion going on here.
I would never step that low, bro. I want to win fair. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's a really well-written story.
Yeah?
And I think there's a lot of details.
Stop it. Stop fucking with my mind. Kyle, are you ready to lock in your answer?
No. Give me
No.
20. Let me think this out.
He's Googling. Give me 20
No,
seconds.
I'm not.
He's Googling.
No, I'm not.
Country, Russia.
No, because here's what I'm thinking. The first one was false. The second one was true. The third one was true. And now the fourth one, I'm trying to figure out what the fourth one would be.
So you're trying to like find a pattern.
Yeah, you're trying to find a pattern.
This is like when you're like taking a multiple choice test.
Yeah.
It's just like there's no way it could be like this answer 3 times in a row. Yeah.
I'll be B 4 times.
Yeah. Who's to say I didn't scramble them?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Fucking shit.
I'm going to say true.
Oh,
Final answer.
He's going true.
Yeah.
I'm going false. Final answer.
Oh, this means that I can't win. You guys had to
You
have
can
this.
tie. You can tie.
Yeah.
True. Now I don't know what to do now.
I promise you, I was thinking of doing false like the whole time.
Okay. All right. Fuck me, man.
You can either tie or you can lose horribly.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna go with true. I think it's true.
Ooh, he's going
Lock it
true.
in. Lock it in.
All right.
Oh my god.
As it sits, Rhino must get this one and the next one right to tie.
Hell yeah.
If Oreo secures this and the next one, he is undeniably the winner. Chilson would pull a solid lead if it turns out this is false, leaving Rhino in the dust and Oreo to catch up to tie.
Oh god.
Shit.
The fate of everything is determined by whether this is true or false.
God, just say
That's
it!
the answer.
My heart,
This-
I can't take it.
Is true.
Yes! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
God damn it.
So
Eat shit, Colstein. Eat shit.
Oh god.
Let's go!
So, Rhino.
This is a fucking. We have to vote different to Kyle Chilson, regardless. It doesn't matter what we think. We need to vote because otherwise we're not going to win anyway.
So we're all tied. No, wait, no.
Yeah, we would all tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
So let
if he
Kyle
got it
go
wrong-
first.
If he got it, yes, there is a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Oh
If-
hell yeah!
If he gets it wrong, then, if he gets it wrong and both of you get it right, then all 3 of you would tie.
Three-way tie. Yeah, three-way
I
tie.
know. I think we may just have to risk it for this kid. Like we
Yeah.
might have to just vote for the same one.
Wait,
And-
what? That wouldn't make sense. We'd still lose.
No, it's like nothing. If Kyle gets it wrong, then we tie. You know.
Well, yeah, but then you'll go into the tiebreaker. But yeah, I see what you're saying. All right. On to the 5th and final story.
Gosh, I feel like I need to take.
So that it's either like we both get. I don't know. It's like either we both make it to the tiebreaker, or like only one. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. It's fuck.
We just let Kyle decide first. I think that's the game plan.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not deciding first.
Yes, you are, Kyle. You're the lead. You have to. By default, bitch.
I've decided first for everyone, except for
You've
the
been in
first
the
one.
lead the whole time. You've been winning the whole time.
Oh god.
In this chilling story, that 3 different people were involved in. A 22-year-old named Amy was abducted right out of the window of her lounge room by some sort of flying craft. Amy's husband, Keith, had already gone to bed, while her friend, Petra, stayed up to read in another room. Petra was abruptly disrupted by a blinding light coming from the lounge room and the sound of shattering glass. The rectangular beam of light was shining into the room, and according to Petra, she saw Amy being pulled out of the window by the light, still apparently sleeping. Keith then woke up, and both he and Petra searched the house and surrounding area for Amy, who was nowhere to be seen. Keith eventually called the police. Amy turned up a few miles away, while strange marks on her inner thigh were found, and bizarrely extensive body hair growth.
Oh.
Is this true or false?
She got raped, dude.
Oh God.
You guys don't want to talk about it, do you?
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're ready to lock in your final answers.
Nobody wants to go first. Like nobody.
Okay, so to recap, Amy was taken through the window by a flying craft,
Yes.
and Petra was woken up by the sound of shattering glass. Keith was upstairs asleep, and then Keith called the cops, and then Amy, or whoever, showed up a couple miles away with scratches on her, marks on her thighs, and then extended hair growth.
Yes.
Oh man. False final answer. Don't at me.
Oh.
All right.
Man.
Yeah, oh my God. I just want this to be over. I just want this to be over. This is more stress than I've ever had, like, during my 4 years of college. Like,
Your final exam, dude.
this is awful. This is fucking terrible. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm gonna say false. Yeah, final answer.
Ooh. And now it falls to Rhino.
Rhino, you have to do
I'm just saying true. Yeah, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying true. But it's not true
So-
though. I reckon it's. I think it's false, but I'm saying true.
You've
You
locked
have,
in
yeah,
it true.
you just have to.
Yeah, I've locked it in. Yeah, it's locked in.
If this is true, Oreo and Rhino move on to a tiebreaker. A final round.
Fucked. Thanks, Kyle.
But
I
if,
did think it was false.
if this
I really did.
is false, then Rhino, you have clearly lost. Oreo pulling into the victory, and Chilson sliding into second comfortably. But this story,
I don't feel very comfortable.
this story is true.
Oh my God! There's no way! There's no way!
What?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck.
Let's fucking go.
Alright.
Seriously?
Let's fucking go, dude.
See,
Oh man.
I lost,
fucking go.
but I feel like I've won. I don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to do it anymie
Oh, shit.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
shit.
sit down. I'm just gonna lay down on the ground. You guys continue. I will listen from the floor.
Holy shit, there's no way, dude.
That's
Let's
real.
fucking go.
Yep, that's a real one.
Let's
Hey,
fucking
man.
go, dude.
So,
It was the hair growth. Like,
yeah, it was reported. That one, that whole passage I actually lifted. Usually I rewrite them, but that one I just completely lifted.
huh.
All right, tiebreaker time, baby.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm so stressed. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Ryan's gonna be salty as fuck if he doesn't get this.
Yeah, imagine I get the.
You-
I take
you-
the L.
You've climbed so like far to only to fall at the very end.
Alright, shut up, Chilson. I'm gonna be at the top. Just fucking wait, dude.
Oh man, just go. Do
All
it.
right, the final tiebreaker. I decided this one would be a bit of length to really let the intensity sink in.
Oh
The mysterious events that surrounded Tracy Jones began to be revealed in the summer of 1997 and were more akin to paranormal activity as opposed to alien abduction or intervention. She would regularly find household items moved about or even have vanished completely, only to turn up again completely out of the blue. Electrical appliances would stop working without reason, and both Tracy and her husband Darren would awake to see strange figures around their bed. One particularly odd incident happened to follow major surgery that Tracy had undergone. A large flat bandage masked the incision on her chest. One morning, she went to remove the bandages, only to find it was gone. Furthermore, the wound had completely healed over, and only a very small scar remained. Under hypnotic regression, Tracy described being abducted since she was young. Each time she was subjected to medical tests and examinations, including the removal of eggs through a long silver tube. Once more, she claimed during these sessions that her children had also been abducted on regular occasions since their birth. When the family moved to Dubai for Darren's job, the paranormal activity continued to happen, as it did when they moved back to the United Kingdom several months later. Is this
Have
story
fun, fuckers.
true or false?
Oh man.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh.
I know the answer.
You do?
I ain't giving you my answer, fam. If that's what you're trying to get at.
No,
I
there's
think it's
no.
true.
Shut up, Jason. Honestly, here at the side of the story, you lost. All right. There's a reason why you're in the.
So, this is what I want to happen. One of you go to the intro outro Google Doc, and one of you go to the weekly whatever topics doc.
How do you do that? All right. I'll go. So which one do I go to?
Go to the
You
intro
go to one
outro.
first. Okay, I'll do that one. All right.
Yeah, go to the
Is
intro outro.
Is that at the bottom? I found it.
Yeah.
All right. I found it.
And now just
I'm
at the top of the document, write what you think.
How do you write?
You're joking.
What the fuck?
Just type
Oh,
away.
okay.
Click and type.
Oh, just it doesn't. Where's my keyboard? Oh, here we go. Found it.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
I found it. All right. Oh. Jilson,
Yeah.
get fucked. Jilson. I put one in.
Okay.
Is it? Are we locking these in? Are we
Oh
locking
yeah,
these
this
in?
this is your
Okay.
lock-in.
Interesting.
All right. I've
Very
locked it.
interesting. Very interesting answer there, Rhino. Let's see how it
Shut
takes
the
off for
fuck
ya.
up.
All right.
Oh, I don't know.
All right.
I don't
I'm
know.
done.
It's a hard one.
All right.
Oh, it's a tough one, man.
After much deliberation, it seems things have made an interesting twist. Did the reigning champion prevail and continue his... fuck. That was...
Who's the champion? We don't even have a
Yeah.
reigning
Oh yeah,
champion.
Oreo. Will he continue to wear the crown and rule unopposed, or has the underdog come up from behind and stolen it from beneath him?
He has. I'm fucking ready.
You both answered true.
Oh shit. Oh, so Satori anyway. Oh sh. Oh. It's gonna be false, I bet, too now. Fuck.
It is true.
Oh! Whoa! Why did you answer false, Kyle? I had no. What?
I
Rhino-
answered true first.
See, Rhino took my advice.
Oh!
Thank you, Rhino.
I didn't even hear what you said. That's how much I was like drowning your voice out.
Oh man, this is
All
good.
right. Next one. You got another one, Aaron?
No.
That's
What do you mean?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry,
The
I
double
didn't-
tiebreaker.
I didn't prepare for a double tiebreaker.
I think we give it to the
Shit.
person that got to first.
Oh, whatever, dude.
I think we should give it to the loser.
No, I think you both won.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Choosing's the loser.
Let's go. We beat him.
We're the fucking greatest.
Are you ready for your prizes?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
All right, now silence on the comms.
I don't have to be.
All right, yes
Silence
you do.
on
Yes
set.
you do. Okay, Rhino. I think you
Yes.
have a genuine energy about you that I find infectious. And it's always a joy to do these podcasts. And I've enjoyed getting to know you.
Hell yeah!
And Oreo, your positive outlook and unique sense of humor cracks me up all the time. It's, again, just like Rhino, it's been a joy to get to know both of you.
He's just saying that to make you feel better, Carl.
Thanks, man. I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get.
Your prizes were genuine compliments.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Wow! I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, totally worth it. Totally
Honestly,
worth it.
no, I feel like I need to be like a Kyle and be endless positive about it. Roasting fucking Aaron's ass. Thank you, Aaron. I'm very grateful for your fucking compliment, dude. Thank you.
I don't believe you.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Oh, I'm just glad that we beat Chilson.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh yeah. I mean, our knowledge of alien life forms is clearly just greater than Chilson's.
So,
This is clear now.
you want to know my thought when making the game? Before I roll the outro? So
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to make the first one false and then the rest of them true.
Oh, such a fuck up. Such a.
That was good. You hear the evil laugh. I can picture him like leaning back in his chair, just
Losing it.
I was literally doing that. I was literally
This has been Tidbit Tuesday. Your tidbit of a midweek break.
Chilson's in a state of depression, dude.
Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at The Weekly Whatever. We are very active with polls and questions to get you all in the show.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
We want to
Oh,
talk
It feels
about
nice to be loved by Aaron, to be honest.
what
Getting
you
that compliment,
wanna
doesn't it?
talk about.
Getting that compliment has made me feel better about myself. Chilson, I can't say the same for you.
Hey,
Compliments very often. so
you guys may have
unfortunately,
you
didn't get
guys
one.
may have compliments, but me and Aaron will always have Caleb.
Woo, got him.
This podcast is available weekly on Google Play, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Grindr, Stitcher, and Podbean. Plenty of options for your subscription preferences. Make sure you subscribe because we got a lot of fun things going on. I am one of your hosts, Aaron. You can find me at _the_lizard_ on Twitter.
That is
Oreo, where can people find you?
anywhere and everywhere.
And Rhino?
Anywhere and everywhere. Green dogs.
And to our third place, Chilson. How can
And
people
to the
find
loot.
you?
There's a reason why his name's
you-
Chilson115. It's because he always comes 115th. Trash.
You can find me laying face down in the middle of the busiest highway.
Hey, you still got the bronze medal. It was by default, but you still got it.
Yeah, I'll
congrats.
melt it down and make a gun to kill myself.
Myself. All right, check out the weekly whatever. It's our entire podcast. We have a ton of fun just like this. So check in next week for more tidbit and for some weekly or whatever. Bye bye.
Oh,
Take it easy.
And thank you for joining us on Who Wants to Be an Alienare?
oh hell yeah, dude. Oh hell yeah, I fucking love it. Oh hell yeah.